Welcome to BumbleKast Live. I am your live host, Ian Flynn, the Bumble King, and joining me live is my live co-host, Kyle, JCRB Kraus.
Whoa, coming in hot. Ian might have been coming in a little hot there. Sorry, folks, if we blew your ears out. It's not your fault, Ian. Don't worry about it. It's mine. I screwed it up. But that's okay. We're here.
Is now deaf.
We're here. We're fine. If the YouTube side might have been a little loud. Sorry, folks, but all right. If everything's okay, how are you doing, Ian?
I'm apparently louder than God himself. How are you?
Well, not anymore. I turned you down. I have tamed you. I've tamed the beast.
Be not afraid.
It's true. But anyway, we're here. We have a load of questions coming in from our good friends over on the YouTube live stream happening right now. So, yeah. You ready to get started, Ian?
Before we do, big thank you to Jennifer R. for managing those questions, to JR Unbound, who will be doing all the timestamps after the fact, to Kazi, who is going through a rough time but is still managing socials. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Quick reminder, if you're new to the show, please ask only one question at a time. Wait for it to be answered and then ask your next one. We will try to get to one for everybody through the course of the show. Super chats will get priority, but if we, for some reason, can't get to everyone, we will roll those over into the next available recording session, which we need to do a lot of those.
Yeah, probably should. Probably should.
Largely on my fault. I've been very, very busy with family stuff, but I almost said it's almost over. I don't know. Anyway, enough about me. Let's talk about you and your questions here on the BumbleKast.
Yes, indeed. Let's go ahead and get started off with this one from the Saxon 3996. Do you ever do something and people praise it like 10 out of 10, but when you look at it, you just sort of hate it? Like, you know, you could do better. So how do you deal with that kind of feeling?
I don't think there's been anything I've done that people have liked by the majority that I have detested. But everything I've done, I look back on and go, wish I had done that a little different, or wish that circumstance was a little different, or wish we could have changed this, that could have been tightened up, could have revised that joke didn't land, could have thought of this better. Hindsight's 20/20. I will always look back on even the stuff that I'm the most proud of and go, maybe could have tinkered with that just a little bit more.
That makes sense. I'm trying to remember of an example, because I know we've talked about that before on the show. Like something you didn't care for so much that people liked it.
Oh, there was that one miniseries that was like editorial mandated, and I've had a number of people come up at shows to get the book signed going, this was my favorite arc. I loved this so much. It spoke to me. And I'm like, I phoned that one in. Brad hated we wasted 4 months on it. I'm so glad you enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I'm so happy that it brought joy to your life. I keep forgetting I worked on it because it was meaningless. Not meaningless. That's too harsh, but there's stuff that it's like
it was kind of just like at the time it was kind of a job for you, I suppose, more than anything else. But hey, at least people enjoyed it.
Yeah, and that's the important thing. Doesn't matter what I feel about it. If the people like it, then hey, we're good.
Yes. Chaos Dust and Steam asks, what are your two gentlemen's thoughts on museums? I asked because I am aiming to make my career path in the museum and historical field. So I'm curious what you think of them.
Wish I could go to them more.
Yeah. I think they're important.
Absolutely.
But, yeah. People kind of sleep on them.
Mm-hmm.
They're not heavily trafficked usually. Sometimes, but
I am more inclined to go to like natural history museums myself more than like art or what's the word I'm looking for? Near history stuff. There's fascinating material to be had in any museum, sure, but I'm more inclined to go to something that has something from like early human civilization or, fossils.
Okay, yeah. You like paleontology and stuff like that. Mm. Well,
I've
I think
grown to appreciate our own, world history a bit more, but I'm still an easy sell for a dinosaur.
yeah. How'd you post that while standing here? Anyway, never mind. Jennifer has something to add to this.
Hello, I can't hear what you're responding, so oh well. But I volunteered at a museum for 5 years, so I can talk a little bit about my thoughts on museums. So I've volunteered at a mineral cart and talked to all sorts of random people that just came into the museum about whatever the heck they wanted to learn. And we talked about science, talked about rocks, talked about the cave display that I was right behind. And even though Kyle was just saying that they aren't frequented very often, the people who did come to the museums, they loved it there. And I really enjoyed being able to talk to them and do all that coolness. So if you want to go into that whole museum career path, I know that there's like degree programs and things like that, which will definitely help. They do like to have people with doctorates to get those higher level jobs that actually pay the big bucks. So yeah, have fun with it. Bye, running away. Taking questions again.
Alrighty. Well, let's go ahead and move on to a question from Red Rebel. Would you kindly give us a review for the design of Iron Factory's IFEX50 Daishogun Bumaru, also known as their third-party Samurai Grimlock? Stock photos available on TF Safari. Go nuts. Wow, this is a lot of effort to put into a live show question, but okay.
Okay, read out that name slowly one more time.
Let me just DM it to you.
Okay, that works too.
Because it is Iron Factory's IFEX50 Daishogun Bumaru. I'm not even sure I'm pronouncing any of that correctly. So there you go.
Okay.
What are we looking at here? What is this? That's a big robot.
Let's see. Intricate.
Very. Let's see. How much does it cost? Only $60? I'm shocked.
Okay, this picture here that I'm looking at that doesn't have all the special production lighting and whatnot, it looks a little more feasible.
Oh, okay. That's a studio special. Okay.
Yeah, still not seeing exactly how you're supposed to transform that, but I also don't have it in my hands.
Does it transform? Well, yeah, it does. Oh.
Yeah.
Cool. Turns into basically Grimlock. Cool.
Yeah, it's an all right Grimlock. It's a little Minecrafty for me, but
well, the kids love
you've got
Minecraft.
to physically you've got to physically make it into a big Shogun bot, and that's a pretty boss looking Shogun bot. Not going to argue. So
pretty
to
cool.
make that make sense, yeah, but it's all right. It's all right. Not bad. Not bad. I give it 8.5 out of 10.
Samurai Grimlock. Cool. All right, here's one from Julio HV. Crossover time. Louis foolishly swindled Rick Sanchez. Rick retaliates by turning everyone in the mansion into objects. Who gets turned into a pickle, and why is it Glomgold?
Just so he can be hopping around, rolling around, declaring that he is a pickle, and nobody cares.
Yes.
Like at first he wants to get in on the meme, but nobody finds it funny. Nobody cares. Then he's indignant because he's a pickle. Nobody cares. And that's just the kind of B plot of the episode is Pickle-Glomgold somehow managing to get around the mansion demanding attention and getting none.
All right. I have nothing to add because I've never watched Rick and Morty. So
As for what does everybody else get turned into, let's go for ultimate irony. May not be on brand necessarily, but whatever. Scrooge gets turned into his number one dime.
okay, that tracks.
Louie gets turned into the Junior Woodchuck guidebook. No, wait, Huey does.
Huey would, yes.
Huey's the red one, yeah.
Louie is the green one.
Louie's green. Louie maintains his normal form because he has to fix this mess.
Yeah.
He has to learn the moral lesson, scrambling around keeping everybody alive as semi-animate objects. Dewey, what is Dewey? Dewey is some kind of non sequitur.
Something
completely
trying to remember.
off the wall.
I don't remember.
Maybe he's just like one of the dining room chairs, and he doesn't understand what is the lesson he's supposed to learn from this. What is the theme? And it's nothing. Webby is.
Yeah, okay. The suggestion from the chat is his DJ Daft Duck helmet.
There you go. Okay.
Yeah.
Webby is a plushie, and she's enraged that she is soft and pliable and cannot do any damage to anything despite how hard she tries.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And the C plot is Launchpad gets turned into one of his planes.
Okay.
And he is now deathly afraid of himself.
Yeah. Or, maybe Dewey becomes a blue hedgehog.
You know what? For irony's sake, yeah, we'll go with that.
Sure, why not?
He's just kind of looking at his hands going, I feel like this is a reference to something, but I'm just not getting it.
Yeah. Yep. And let's move on to another one. This one is from Comic the Hedgehog, and it looks like it might be about DuckTales again. Huey Duck wants to earn his Junior Woodchuck matchmaking badge, but the only one willing to be paired up is Flintheart Glomgold. Now Huey must make him a dating profile and find him love. How go?
So Huey is not one to back down. He faces adversity head on. So he's going to do his best. He tries to get that profile put together, and it's a disaster. He tries to set up some reasonable dates, but the only one who shows up is Allison, and she thinks it's because it's a stockbroker meeting. She doesn't realize what it actually is, and she leaves quite promptly when she realizes what's going on. He's beating his head against the wall. It's becoming very apparent very rapidly that this is a lost cause until he has his epiphany, and he gets a oversized hand mirror that he hands to Glomgold and says, here you go. The only person in the world that loves you as much as you is yourself. Go on a date with yourself. Treat yourself the way you would treat anybody else. And Glomgold merrily skips off into the sunset.
Makes sense to me.
It's like I was made for myself.
Let's switch over to some...
He does a rendition of Monty Python's I'm All Alone. I'm all alone, all by myself.
Okay,
there is no one here beside me.
Does Huey get the badge?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Sympathy.
Good. All right. Now some super chats. Here's one from KB. What was your reaction to Donald Glover voicing Yoshi? Is that actually who who they got?
Yep.
Okay.
It's an amusing punchline for a stunt casting, and that's it.
Yeah,
it's enough to get you to go, ha! And that's it.
Yeah, I'm a little... it's a little odd. There's another casting that's actually perfect, but I will avoid spoilers because it's a big one. But Yeah, I will say that they actually did a good job of casting a certain special guest character. So, all right, Bladed Fox 14 has a super chat question. Would the two of you rather live next to the Griffins or the Smiths for the rest of time? No bills if it helps. The Smiths, what from the
from
band?
American Dad.
Oh. And then the Griffins, I would assume, are the ones from Family Guy.
Yeah.
I have never watched American Dad, and I've seen only a little bit of Family Guy.
And that's okay.
That's what I've heard.
And this coming from someone who actually has enjoyed some of the middle seasons and then watched where it's gone from there. And it's like, do I admit that I ever watched this? Yeah, I'm going to say Griffins just because the heights of their... God, what's the word I want? Debauchery, evil, don't quite match some of the stuff that Roger's done with the Smiths. But I'm sure you can cite some example that goes, no, this is also pretty bad.
Well,
this is also under the assumption that by moving in next to the Griffins, Quagmire just kind of ceases to exist.
And I'm assuming that's an improvement.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Anyway. Here's one from Anime Hunter 23. Hello, Ian Flynn. Can you create for us 8 robot masters that Wily would consider not good enough to fight the Blue Bomber?
I don't think so, because Wily seems to throw just about everything at the Blue Bomber. I'm sure he would throw Kitchen Sink Man in there if he could.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think
Mega Man has a solar-powered arm cannon, and he still threw a wooden Robot Master at him.
Yeah, I think he would even throw Particle Man at Mega Man.
He would. Universe Man, Triangle Man, that whole song.
Yeah, all of them.
He stole a carnival robot and turned it into a weapon. He took a HVAC system and turned it into a robot. He stole an ancient sword out of a museum that should be kind of old and brittle and not really used for anything aside from display, and turned it into a weapon. It's I know the prompt is the 8 funny robot masters, but Wily would literally throw anything at Mega Man. He would throw his shoe at Mega Man. He will double down. He is brilliant enough in his own mind that he can create something from anything to finally defeat Mega Man, and it will always blow up in his face.
Yeah, pretty much. Some suggestions I've seen are Crayon Man, Boba Man with bubble tea powers. That's actually pretty good.
Oh yeah, that'd be fun design.
Condiment Man, which Condiment King proves that it could work.
Yeah.
Let's see. Bumble Man. Apparently it's a robot U.
Okay.
Seasoning Man. Man. There we go. Air freshener Man.
Yeah. Beware the refreshing scent of pine. And he flexes, and Magne's just kind of going, actually, that's rather pleasant.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. You're welcome. And Wily's just caring what little hairs left on his head. I thought that would...
This one might beat him. Pepsi Man.
Well, that's cheating. Unless it's like not the actual Pepsi Man, just Wily like stole the idea and made an inferior knockoff Pepsi Man.
He would do that.
He would.
Yeah. Oi. Chainsaw Man. Not the actual Chainsaw Man, just a guy with a chainsaw, just a robot master with a chainsaw. Yeah. Silly. All right, let's go back to standard questions. This one's from Uncle Venus. Ian and Kyle are isekai'd into the DualShock director's cut of the original Resident Evil. Can they weather the zombies, bad voice acting, and redone soundtrack?
No.
I think we're screwed by all three of those things.
In any zombie apocalypse, I am the first order on the buffet.
Yeah, me too. Can't admit it.
I will be an Ian sandwich. It's pretty cut and dry there.
Oh man, I'm just thinking about the soundtrack now because it's hilariously bad.
Ooh.
Oh man, what is it? The mansion basement theme? Like it's wow. Yeah, the composer for that one apparently was like I think they basically tricked people into believing they were this big time composer, that they were famous and good at their job, and then ended up not being that. Something like that. It's a very interesting story about that I don't recall off the top of my head, but yeah, it's pretty wild.
And you know what? For a moment, I was going to say, well, maybe if I have enough meta-contextual knowledge, I could ingratiate myself to Wesker and survive. And the answer is no.
No.
That's the worst option, because that guarantees I'm going to be turned into some kind of eyeball monster. So not only will I die, but I'll have to go through the horrible, painful mutation process. Let the zombies eat me. At least that's a little more direct.
Yeah.
There I can even tilt my head back and present the jugular vein. Here, make it quick. Just chomp right there. There we go. That's it.
Yep.
Blorgle, blorgle, blorgle.
Mm-hmm. Okay, the composer for the DualShock version faked being deaf and sold themselves as the Japanese Mozart.
All right.
Yeah, and that's the result. The Resident Evil DualShock director's cut soundtrack. It's interesting. Anyway, here's a question from Pedanticat. In Fortune's Lap, you imply that folks eat the Newmans. But given the fact that they're humanoid Nermans, that leads to some dark implications. So exactly how rampant is the implied cannibalism? I'm assuming Pedanticat meant Nermans the first time, but
yes,
I don't know. I thought maybe Newmans was something new.
Newmans.
Newman.
The treating of Nermans as a foodstuff has not been in wide circulation for centuries. One of the previous Galasant queens stepped in and made radical changes in how fishing is handled and the rights of the Nerman people, and there's a whole lot more story there that I'm working on. It'll be out eventually. But there is still this lingering taboo, this kind of forbidden fruit situation. Like, oh, no, we're not supposed to consume them. They're people, just, not people. Did I say that out loud? No, of course not. I fully believe in Galaxant and whatever. It's messy. And for the most part, it's just a lingering dark footnote in their history. But part of the Nerman life cycle does make the young almost indistinguishable from regular fish. And some of the major corporate fisheries don't really care to check what they're pulling up with their nets.
Uh-oh. Well, on that note, let's go on to a different question. From Dat Cartoonist Guy. Bad news. You're both forced to babysit Doofus Drake in his 2017 mansion. Good news. The job pays $1 billion each, and it's actually a dimensionally swapped 1987 Doofus. What happens?
I don't remember Doofus in 87.
Doofus in 87, I believe, was like a doggedly nice character. He wasn't evil at all. He was a scout. Yeah, he was...
Oh yeah,
He was a junior woodchuck. He was a junior woodchuck that got along with Launchpad. Yeah, he was a good boy. So
he was effectively he was Captain Cape Man to
Yeah.
Launchpad's Inspector Gadget.
yes,
So
he was a
that's gonna be
doofus, but he
he meant well.
He meant well. He wasn't evil like 2017 doofus.
Well, all right, so kill the first few hours by asking him to describe his favorite anime and then just let him go.
Pretty much.
And then once he runs out of that and I forget what other prompts to come up with, we just like start up Stardew Valley or Minecraft or something and give him the controller and we're set.
All
Which, to be fair, if the roles were reversed, he could pretty much do the exact same thing to me and get the payout. So,
yeah, pretty much. Yeah. All right, here's one from Hero Squad. Goofy gets the Triforce of Power, thereby becoming the almighty Ganondorf. How does it go? Ganondorf. Ganondorf.
Goofendorf?
Goofendorf. That might be better. Yeah, Goofendorf.
Here's the thing, Goofy's pure-hearted good.
Yeah.
He wouldn't use his power overtly for evil. But he's also a klutz. So you're taking his normal collateral damage and you're upping it by a power of 10.
Pretty much.
So it will cause rampant devastation, but it really isn't his fault. I'm also imagining the final scene from Ocarina of Time as he's falling into the white void, but instead of saying Curse you Zelda, Curse you Sages, it's just the
Yep, there he goes. Now I'm just imagining.
No, go ahead.
I'm just imagining Goofy's health bar going off the screen. That's terrifying.
Well, that's just naturally Goofy.
True.
Think of him with the famous Wind Waker scene. I guess I coveted those winds.
Yep. And then Donald is Navi.
Wind Waker battle music with a banjo.
It'd be amazing. Is what it would be.
Yep.
All right. This one's from William C. If you adapted Star Fox into a comic book, would there be an issue where Wolf gets a new organic left eye with an Earth-like motif that allows him to shoot hypnotic beams and scaling beams? This sounds like a fan idea.
This feels like a reference to something that I'm.
Or that it might be a reference. I don't know what references are.
Yeah, if it's a reference, I apologize. It's going over my head.
Sorry.
If I were to do a Star Fox comic adaptation that I have already pre-plotted in my head from 64 to Command and Nintendo just give me the reins, I would be foolish enough to try to explain how they got their cybernetic upgrades at the end of 64 but lost them afterwards because I am that much of a glutton for punishment.
All right. Well, good. I want you to do Star Fox. Nintendo, hire this man. All right. Super chat time. This one's from Horseweave. Drogoon question. So, Ian, the Fortune's Lap crew stumbled upon the land of Eternia. Is Wind worthy to wield the power of Grayskull? Or should that honor go to Lissy?
I don't think Wind, at least where she is by the end of Volume 1, is worthy necessarily to tap into the power of Grayskull. But she's still going to take that sword and use it. Like, you can't stop her. She's going to grab it and she's going to stab Skeletor with it. And he's like, how are you able to penetrate me without any of the magic power? And she's like, shut up and die, Lich. Lissy would love to use it, but she's not strong enough to lift it. And if anything, she can empower it without the power of Grayskull. And you're kind of wondering, where is that power coming from? And she's like, I made the sword light up.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Oh, hey, convenient. This next question is from Chocolate Watermelon, and it's also about He-Man. Thoughts on old cartoons like He-Man being dismissed as toy commercials?
I mean, they were.
That's what they were, basically. That's what they were treated as by the people who created them. They're on record as saying as much, yeah.
But at the same time, they understood that you needed to make the product resonate with the consumer so that it would be viable.
Right.
So they created fantastical worlds and easily accessible characters and engaging lore. Maybe not necessarily super deep, but it was still engaging for the target audience, and it lasted. You know, we're still talking about it 40 years after the fact, 30, 40, whatever. You know?
Mm-hmm.
And I think some folks may hold those older cartoons in higher regard than they necessarily deserve. I mean, some of it has not aged well.
Yeah.
Some of the brilliance of it is what we've brought to the table, filling in gaps over the years.
Mm-hmm.
But there is an undeniable foundation to it. You know, there's a reason why it's still marketable today, why it is pursued and revived and used again. And it's not purely nostalgia bait. There was tons of stuff that came out around Thundercats and He-Man and Ninja Turtles and all that stuff that did not endure to today.
Right.
And a number of those properties have been revived, or they've attempted to revive them to cash in on that nostalgia, and it doesn't take because it wasn't as strong a property. So yeah, they were toy commercials, sure, but they were very well done, and they had a bit of thought and heart put into them, and they've stood the test of time.
Yes. But then they also did
words,
go ahead.
In other words, they have the power.
But then they also did things like kill Optimus, not realizing what the reaction would be. because the kids watching this had become very attached to that character specifically.
Yes, I'm not saying it was a flawless execution.
No, no. And they are on record as saying, yeah, they did that because the new toys were coming. It's like they weren't really thinking about necessarily like, you know, how are the kids going to react to this? It's like, well, we need this character to go because he's getting replaced. So there he goes.
They're gonna love this new toy. Yeah, but you're actively like murdering their favorite toy in front of them.
Yeah, pretty much.
Not like they got like tired to the Gopatron upstate. It's
pretty definitive. It's pretty definitive in the movies. Oy, yeah, that was an interesting read that I had recently. Was I think it was the writer of the Transformers movie talking about like, yeah, we just killed him because the new toys were coming. Didn't even think about it. Didn't think how the kids would react. And the kids reacted. Oh boy, did they react. Here's one from Sonic 2099. During what should be Worlds Collide, Wily somehow messes things up and ends up having to roll with a Mega Man Animaniacs crossover. What happens?
He convinces Plots that they'll make all the money if they just invest in fully automated systems throughout the Warner Brothers studio. And Plots, being short-sighted and greedy, signs on. Yes, this is an overt parody of the current AI bubble.
Mm-hmm.
And it ends with the Warner Brothers water tower becoming a mechanized walker of some kind.
I feel like this has been a concept we've talked about before, but, you know, it's worth going back to that well. You know.
Or water tower.
Or water tower. Yep. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right, back to standard questions for a bit. This one's from Noni. Hey, Ian and Kyle, what do you think about the YN/CEO trope? Will true love with an HR defying executive bloom? Or do you think love can never blossom in a cubicle, leaving you to bite your lip?
I'm taking this at face value, but I
So-
feel like I'm missing a reference here yet again.
I'm not entirely sure what YN is referring to.
Young novella?
No. It's
Yes, no?
It's something else. CEO is referring to, CEO.
Yeah.
Oh, your name /CEO. Oh, like a real life CEO? Like, is that what they're doing? A self-insert fanfic with Curtin and an existing CEO? It doesn't have to be a real CEO, apparently. It can be a fictional one. Okay.
The crux of the question is, can romantic relationships bloom within our office setting, I guess?
Sure.
And the answer is yes, it's happened all the time, and usually to disastrous ends.
Can it bloom with CEOs as they are today, though? And the answer is yes, because they have all the money.
I would like to think that somewhere there is a CEO out there who has retained a shred of their humanity. Someone who can actually love.
Well,
law of averages, there has to be one.
Well, you don't usually get to the CEO position by doing that, so.
No, you don't. Maybe it was by nepotism,
Yeah.
Evil corporate uncle raised you up the ladder super fast, so you could bypass all the soul crushing sides of things. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
This is more of a Hallmark movie question.
Yeah, kinda.
Depends. Is the female love interest in this scenario I guess it doesn't matter if she's the CEO or not. It matters if she's going back to the country for Christmas. Because if she's the one staying, because if she's staying in the city, her boy toy's leaving her, and if she's going to the country, she's leaving that big city life. So no, it can't. It cannot. It's doomed to failure. How sad.
I was just reminded about about Colonel Sanders apparently being a legitimate character in a soap opera. One of them, I forget which one, but yeah, that's really weird. Anyway, Heel Navi asks, how well does Foreign Drogoon get along with his cousin, Local the Yokel?
What in the world? I guess fine. Foreign has a distant but solid relationship with the rest of his family.
Who is Local the Yokel?
I don't know, but I guess at this point it's his cousin, so he's part of the family.
Because all I'm finding is a podcast. Oh, because Foreign is foreign.
Yeah.
And Local is local. Oh, okay. It's wow, this was a wow. Anyway, Brody G asks, we have the Blue Rats storybook series, but what about the Blue Bombers storybook series? How would Mega Man and the Holy Grail go?
We are the knights who say,
I don't think Discord liked you whistling.
sorry.
No, it's okay.
Look out for that Metar. It's got a mean streak a mile wide. It's bad parts.
Trying to figure out who's following Mega Man around clapping coconut shells together.
Otto. It's got to be Otto.
It's Otto? Okay. I'm like, who would be good for that? I'm like,
It's actually two halves of Eddie that he's clunking together.
Yes. Okay. Either that or it's two Met helmets.
Also good. Also good.
Yep. How
The
do
roll has to be weighed against a duck. The duck in question is Reggae.
Yes. I don't think Reggae is a duck, but you know what? Whatever.
No, I was actually trying to look this up recently. I can't find what he was based on, but oh well. Point is,
Why were you looking it
Mechanical
up? Did you need to know?
did I?
Hmm.
Why ever would I need that?
Why would you look up anything about Mega Man? Just for
Goodness, I
fun?
wonder why. It certainly was fun.
Well,
on its
yeah.
own.
All right. Question from Mr. Brunadan. Scott Pilgrim and Ramona, Kamina and Yoko Littner, Bass and Roll, Poison Ivy and Harley, Lloyd and Yor participated in a singing show. What kind of songs do these couples sing and who wins?
My goodness, you're gonna have to DM me that list. I cannot retain that.
Okay. I will do that and then repeat it for the sake of the audience after I do that. Please stand by. There you go. Scott Pilgrim and Ramona, Kamina and Yoko Littner, Bass and Roll, Poison Ivy and Harley, and Lloyd and Yor from Spy Family.
So, Scott and Ramona. I can't imagine Scott's that good of a singer because he's kind of a schlub in all regards. I imagine Ramona's a decent enough karaoke singer. I don't know if she sings or not. I never actually read the books all the way through. But Ramona would carry them, and I guess, Scott in the background just kind of humming along almost to the melody. Keep him in the background. They'll be fine.
Mm-hmm.
Bass and Roll. Bass does not want to sing in front of people. He won't debase himself like that. Har, har, har. But Roll gets into it.
Mm-hmm.
And then she eventually gets him to join in because she's like, Mega Man wouldn't back down from a challenge like this. And now he's belting it out.
Exactly. There you go.
Harley is super off key, but Poison Ivy has infected everybody, so they just think it's great.
Yeah, pretty much.
So.
Yep.
I don't know if Yor can sing. Probably not. And she'd also be absolutely petrified with stage fright until you get a couple of drinks in her, and then she's going to be belting along just right with bass. Lloyd, since he's perfect with everything, is going to have the voice of an angel. Like, he's crooning, and even like Poison Ivy's falling for him. She's like, nope, not infecting this man. Must keep him pure. And for the last two, I need to double check, make sure this is who I think it is. Yeah, okay. Yoko and Kamina from Gurren Lagann. Yeah, I guess Yoko, I think, is right there with Roll and Ramona. Decent enough karaoke singer. Not going to be winning any awards, but you know what? She's having fun, and that's what counts. Kamina.
Is that how you say that? Not Kamina?
I'm saying Kamina.
Okay.
I don't know if that's right or not.
El Camino?
You know what? It doesn't matter if he can sing or not. He is so loud and into it that you can't really hear afterwards. You don't know if there was a tune or not. You turn the gain on that microphone all the way down, he's still going to blow out your eardrums.
Well, that works. And we got one from Shaylin Sonic Fan. I just got around to finishing Varka's story quest in Genshin some time ago and was wondering what your thoughts were on it, if you got around to it, and how you felt about our Grandmaster. Oh, we know how Ian feels about the Grandmaster.
I am so pleased with Varka.
Figured you would be.
For those who don't know and think Genshin is exclusively cute anime babes, you're not wrong. There's a lot of them. Varka is like 8 foot tall, guilty gear, pure 100% beefy man.
He's cool as hell. Not
He
gonna lie.
dual wields claymores.
Yeah.
I freaking love it. And the thing I really like about him is that he embodies Mondstadt on multiple levels
Mm-hmm.
because he's big and he's bold and he's brash and he loves his drink, but he's also thoughtful and compassionate and deeply invested in the happiness and the freedom of all of those under his command.
Mm-hmm.
And at no point does it feel like it clashes.
No,
Like they really could have.
they got that balance just right with him. That's great.
Yeah, he is surprisingly nuanced.
Yes.
And there's a lot of characters in there that are not. They're fairly one note. That's fine. But
Mm-hmm.
him especially, there are layers to him that I really appreciate. And the fact that they aren't overly overt with some of it as well.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's a particular small quest where they're in an outpost far from home and somebody is bringing the hometown wine to the camp. And he makes a point of, if everyone on duty can drink to their heart's content, but there always has to be at least one sober watchman just in case.
Right.
And wouldn't you know it, darn his luck, it's
Happens
his
to be
turn
him.
to keep watch.
Yep.
But it just happens to be the night that the premier wine from their homeland comes to his men. That's not a coincidence.
Mm-hmm.
They don't overtly state it, but it's pretty clear. You connect the dots. He did this on purpose for the sake of his company. And
Right.
yeah, he regrets not joining in, but he does it for them. And they don't overtly point it out, which is unusually subtle for the game story.
yeah. Sometimes it's a little on the nose.
Yeah. And I really, really like that. I also like that with his personal story, the overall point is that he has put his absolute faith in the strength of his comrades. Near or far, he is 100% certain that in a dire situation, they will be there for him. And that actually reflects in his base kit.
Mm-hmm.
Because depending on what elements you have in your party, he will take them on passively with his own. So the fact that his personal philosophy and personal story are tied into his game mechanics is a level of depth I don't think we see in anybody else, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah.
So I don't know why Varka in particular got so much extra love compared to so many of the units, but I don't care because I've been looking forward to him for a while.
Well, it took him like over 5 years for him to show up. They mentioned him like he's one of the first things in the game they mentioned is Grandmaster Varka, who's gone on an expedition. And then, yeah, so at the very outset of the game, and then you finally meet him.
And he lives up to the hype. So I'm quite happy with Varka.
Yes. Yeah, Varka is really cool.
I made a point of saving up my primos for him and his sword. So now I have to save up again.
Oh boy. All right. Super chat time. Twilord asks, if Billy Kaplan snapped and said, no more heterosexuals, who, to you, would be the most obvious new relationship in the New World Order?
I'm going to need to look this up real quick. Billy
Kaplan. Okay. Billy Maximoff. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I'm a bit lapsed on my Marvel
Wiccan.
stuff.
There we go. Yeah.
Who... I'm inclined to say Scott and Logan just because.
Well, yeah, that's
remove Gene from the equation, you have world peace.
Do you? Do you? Do you? That's the real question.
Who else would actually work though? Legitimately.
I don't know.
Like, I'm going through the list in my head, and I'm coming up with a lot of characters that they're a hot mess no matter what their orientation is.
I'm assuming this is suggesting Peter Parker. Could go with pretty much any other guy, which kind of.
And they'd be lucky to have him.
Yeah, pretty much. Reed and Dr. Doom. Yeah, that tracks.
Enemies to lovers of the highest caliber.
That tracks. Or Doom and Namor.
Oh, put all three of them in the room.
Why not? They have two hands.
Doctor. Imperius Rex.
Do not toot that horn.
Doom toots as he pleases.
No, don't.
And, if we're gonna put Scott and Logan together, might as well give Emma to Jean. Why not?
There you go. Okay.
Let that be an extra hot mess. Phoenix Force be damned.
Good.
No, legit. Laura and Jubilee.
Yes. Okay.
They would work. Legit answer. They would work.
Oh, I'm trying to remember. I feel like there was something in fairly recent, when Laura was Wolverine, but I can't remember who it was. But I don't remember exactly. But was it Silk? No, it wasn't Silk. I don't remember. Anyway, the chat will let me know, probably.
And if you're listening after the fact, put your ideas down there. Let us know.
Yes. Oh, Charles and Eric. Yes. I forgot about that one.
That's practically
I thought that was canon. Yeah. Practically, yes.
Especially in the last X-Men 97 season. Good grief.
Yeah, basically.
Not subtext anymore. It's actual text.
Uh-huh. Practically. All right. Here's one from Diamond Death. Do you have a favorite robot master of the 6 contest winners for Mega Man Overdrive?
I have not looked at them closely enough, and in part because I don't want to set my heart on one and it doesn't get picked.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I can't wait for this one to show. It was a runner-up. No. I mean, congratulations to all of them, and shoot, everybody who entered the contest, and I look forward to what the final result is.
Yeah. I mean, there's some really good ones. I'm trying to look up what the finalists were because I forgot now. I don't remember all of them. Oh, there we go. I thought Cactus Man was pretty cool. That's an interesting concept, given the prompt that they gave. And Sweeper Woman, maybe a little on the nose, but also cool. So, I think they're all good choices. I'm looking forward to see who they end up going with. Raiderzilla 1989 asks, Godzilla has almost completed his crossover Infinity Gauntlet. Marvel, DC, Power Rangers, TMNT, and Blue Hedgehog. He just needs one more franchise to complete it. Which franchise would you choose?
Has he done one with Ultraman yet?
No, I don't think so. Maybe.
Ultraman, Kamen Rider. Did we say Power Rangers? Has he done Power Rangers?
Power Rangers, yes, he did Power Rangers.
Okay.
Suggestion from the chat, My Little Pony.
I mean, friendship is magic.
True.
I unironically would want to see a Care Bear one to see which wins out, the Care Bear stare or the nuclear fire. You're going to get all the bears and all the cousins at the same time, but it could be an interesting beam struggle. I'm here for it. I mean, we're on a bit of a Mega Man kick here. We could, but which Mega Man?
X.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because Sigma virus induced Mechagodzilla is kind of scary.
Yeah. And also, I feel like the tone would mesh well. They'd work well. It might be a little more serious, but
cities to knock over.
Hmm?
More big neon cities to knock over.
Oh yeah. Plenty of those. Because if it were Mega Man Zero, it's like there's only one city, isn't there? Neo Arcadia, and everything else is freaking destroyed. Or am I misremembering that?
That puts some stakes on it, you know? That's the last bastion of civilization.
True.
You would actually care about the city getting destroyed.
Yeah, you might. That's a good point.
And you know, you've got a pretty decent setup. You've got Godzilla tromping through the desert, and oh no, here comes a big monster, clearly on a beeline for the city. We must stop him, except Godzilla is actually intercepting the enemy monster du jour that is the one that's actually targeting Neo Arcadia.
Mm-hmm.
And you have Zero and Godzilla team up to defeat said beastie.
All right. I'll take it. Could go either way.
And, you know, Mega Man Legends has a whole bunch of ocean for Godzilla to miraculously be able to walk through. So there's that as well.
Yep.
And
Sounds about right.
Godzilla swatting a bajillion serve bots left, right, and center is comedy gold.
It's true.
So it can work in a variety.
I'll take it. All right, Frozen Apple Juice asks, back to the 8-bit with this one. What if the Robot Masters from Mega Man 9 had hair? What styles and colors would they be?
All right, let's look this up.
Does Splash Woman have Medusa snakes? Or is that...
No, she's a siren.
Silly. Oh, good point. I'm being told that Splash Woman is bald. I don't think so.
I mean, she could rock it, but I'm thinking more
Yeah.
like the traditional mermaid lovely locks that
True.
somehow don't become a horrible snangled tear in all that salt water.
Yeah. There's a lot of human versions of Splash Woman, so
Really?
take
a
your
shock.
pick. Take your pick.
Let's see. Concrete Man. If he isn't bald, it's like a very short cut. Either like fine buzz or a crew cut or something.
Makes
It's
him look like a
very
big
simple looking man.
make him look like a big blockhead.
Yeah. Or it's some kind of horrible did it yourself in the bathroom mirror job to mirror Gutsman's.
Oh, yeah.
Jewel Man, whatever is under there, long or short, it is absolutely gorgeous. Like, it reflects the light as much as that jewel does.
Good.
I don't know what product he uses, but everyone is jealous. Hornet Man would fit under that helmet and not come out as horrible hornet hair, helmet hair. Hornet.
Yeah, you don't want the hornet hair.
He's a hornet man. He should have the buzz cut. There we go.
Yeah, but
Plugman also in the running for bald. I don't know how you would fit anything else under that skull cap. Tornado Man, it's very, very wavy. Wind swept, if you will.
Mm-hmm. So you have zero hair, basically. Like,
Yeah,
not
there you go.
not zero hair, but the hair like the character Zero. I guess that would
Galaxy
make sense.
Man. Galaxy Man, I can't remember the name of the guy, but it's I'm not saying it's aliens, but it's aliens meme guy.
Yes, from Ancient
I
Aliens.
don't know how you unbolt it and unveil it, but there it is.
Mm-hmm.
Magma Man doesn't have a head.
Magnet Man doesn't have a head? Yeah, I
No,
guess
Magma.
you're right. Magma
Yeah.
Man. Oh, right.
He's one of those torso face robots.
Oh,
So does he
yeah.
even-
Maybe it's like this constant magma flowing off the top of his head onto the ground.
Yeah.
But then it would be lava, so, you know.
It's an identity crisis.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, whatever he wears, he looks hot.
Good. All right. Is that all of them?
That's them.
I think that's all of them, yep. Here's one from Hobo Joe. You touched on it, but how are you feeling about the Galaxy movie as a whole, stunt casting aside? Are you planning on seeing it? Hopes? Dreams?
None. I hate to be a fuddy-duddy. And again, if you liked the first one, if you're looking forward to this one, I don't want to rain on your parade. If you're excited for it, I want you to go to the theater. I want you to see it. I want you to have a good time. And it's going to be very, very pretty. Cannot deny that. The stunt casting to me across both films has largely been to its detriment, with a handful of exceptions.
Mm-hmm.
And the reveal of Fox McCloud, and I don't count that as a spoiler because they're pushing it. It's part of the major promotion now.
Yeah, well, I know, but still.
It's part of their promo posters. They're not hiding it. It's there. That is a gigantic red flag to me. That doesn't say this is the Mario sequel. This is the Nintendo Cinematic Universe entry point.
Mm-hmm.
We're not getting the continuation of Mario and Bowser and Peach and Luigi's story. We are getting the open door to everything else. They're showing off Fox here. I bet you a shiny nickel that we're going to see some indication of Kirby and Samus and, shout outs to Popstar and Hyrule and all that, which I find exhausting. Let it be the Mario Galaxy movie. You're already introducing Rosalina and Bowser Jr. and continuing from the previous movie. That's enough. That's plenty, considering how poorly paced and plotted the first movie was. You could focus and do something really interesting with this one, and instead it looks like it's going to be another big mess. So I may rent it for cheap later when it comes out just to see it, but I am not enthused myself.
No, and it's weird. I still feel like the 93 Super Mario Brothers movie it's as technically better. Technically. That's just my thoughts on it, really. I don't know about this one. I'm not really that excited about it. I'm not really looking forward to it so much. So, but hey, if you want to go see it and you enjoy it and you have fun with it, that's excellent. I'm glad. But I'll probably wait.
What really burns me too is I'm sure there's going to be like a 2-second sequence in there where the R-Wing is flying around shooting stuff, and it's going to look fantastic.
Yep. And it's only going to be 2 seconds.
Yeah.
And it's going to be the Mario movie. Yeah.
Also, I feel like there's something weird about Fox's proportions. Like his head's too big. There's something weird going on with that flight vest. I don't know.
Yeah. They did a good job casting him, though, I will say.
Mm.
It's kind of stunt casting, but it works. So. All right. Energy 50 Productions asks, you, Ian and Kyle, are trapped in a room with Bubsy. It's the room from the first Saw movie. Let the games begin. Have you
I
seen
never
Saw,
saw
Ian?
Saw, so I
Yeah,
don't know
me
what's
neither.
in
I don't know.
that.
I don't know what the room from the first Saw movie is, but I'm assuming it's not good.
I think our best course of action is to just press against the walls as best we can and let Bubsy do the rest.
Probably.
Bubsy is confident enough he can figure his own way out, and once everything is finished, then maybe the door opens and we can leave.
Yeah. I don't know. Is this going to be original Bubsy or 4D Bubsy?
We're saying original Bubsy.
Okay. What could
'Cause if
possibly go
anybody's gonna
wrong?
make all the wrong moves, it's got to be him.
Yeah, true. Question from Banobobot. Bonobobot. Yeah, okay. Bonobobot. Have you played Burning Rangers?
I have not. I never got a chance to. That was a Saturn exclusive, right?
Yes.
I don't think it was re-released anywhere.
No.
Did it get a sequel?
No. Well, hold on. I don't think it did. No.
I feel like there was like some like straight to mobile Japanese exclusive weird thing, but no, I never got to. Watched a Let's Play of it years and years ago. Neat premise. Killer soundtrack. Would like to see it revived in some fashion. Not sure what you would do with it necessarily, but yeah, it was a neat new idea. So
Music is great. I got to give props to the soundtrack at least. It's amazing stuff. I've only played a little bit of it though myself, so I should probably pick it up and give it a shot again. I don't think it's very long, so
no, it's pretty short from what I remember.
yeah, it's another arcade style sort of thing, kind of like Knights, which is not very long either.
No, and I would like to see a return to the kind of arcadey style,
Yes,
highly polished game. Yeah, you can beat it in 2 hours, but it's fun, so you play it again and you rack in the hours. It doesn't need to be another 80-hour campaign that has all the romance options and crafting and blah 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 blah. Just shoot the fire. Shoot the fire with your own fire, make it go away, and while you listen to a fantastic bop.
Good. Sounds good to me. This one is from Magic Glove. Hey, Ian and Kyle. Hope you're both doing well. Have either of you played Resident Evil Requiem yet? If so, what were your thoughts? Thanks.
I will not play it because I don't do the spooky. But watched Jacksepticeye's playthrough and currently watching Sayu's playthrough of it. And I like what I see for the most part. When they were initially talking about the two very different play styles, I wondered if it would be jarring, and I feel like the pacing is actually very good. You get a significant amount of horror from Grace. You get the cathartic release of Leon, and then you go back to Grace going, oh no, I'm not Leon anymore. Help. Panic. It's the best of both worlds. It's all that was good about 7. It was all that was good about 4. And I think it finds that nice balance of camp and horror and sci-fi. I don't know. I liked it. I enjoyed the experience of watching other people be terrified.
Grace is cool, but I haven't played it because it's $70 freaking dollars.
That's another good reason.
And if you want the actual full game, it's $80. So, yeah.
Wait, what's locked behind that extra $10?
I don't know. Let's see. What do you get? Oh, costumes for the characters, screen filters, weapon skins, charms. What do they mean? Like weapon charms? Weird.
Yeah, they're passive upgrades and buffs.
File letters from 1998. Raccoon City Classic Audio Pack. What are these things? I don't know if that's $10 worth.
If you're big into it, sure. I also think that, yeah, the latter half of the game is like heavy on the nostalgia,
Yeah.
but I feel like it was presented poignantly enough that it had purpose. There's definitely problems with the narrative, but it is what it is. The only one that I really have a big hang up with is a particular reveal at the very end, which feels like an absolute rug pull because they couldn't commit to any kind of somberness, but whatever. I'm not part of that franchise.
Nope. And I've only watched people play it. I've not played it. I haven't played a Resident Evil game myself since Resident Evil 2. The original.
Oh, wow.
Not the
Back
remake.
when Leon was a baby.
Yeah. Yeah.
I will say, with all that they have done in the last few games, if they don't wrap a nice little bow on it all in Resident Evil 10, I will be a little nettled. Like, you've set up all the dominoes. It's time to bring it on home here.
Ian, they're going to make this franchise last as long as humanly possible because it's Capcom's best-selling, most popular franchise, I'm pretty sure. It's up there.
I'm not saying you have to resolve everything. I just say you need to bring everything to a head. And then with 11, do what you did with 7, a nice kind of soft reboot in terms of tone and direction, and then rebuild on top of that. That's fine, but
okay,
you're clearly building towards something. We need a bit of payoff here. So basically do a Resident Evil 6 that doesn't suck.
Yeah. All right, here's one from Leon D. What's your favorite style of mech/walker? Do you prefer big industrial stompers like Orp Scracktech or Battletech, sleek fighters like Gundams and Tau mechs, or something in between? I feel like we've talked about this before. That's okay.
It depends on the story, what you're going for. I like them both, but I feel like you need to choose one or the other.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think you could do a mech warrior and a Gundam in the same universe and make it feel coherent. I also generally prefer it feeling more functional than fanciful. Like your OG Gundam, 08th MS team, mech warrior type stuff. The stuff where it feels like you need a maintenance crew, where it feels like it's a piece of hardware.
Right. Yep. I agree.
But I also unironically enjoy Gundam Wing and G Gundam, and that is as far away as you can get from realistic hardware. So
why not both?
If you can find the right balance.
Yeah. Yeah, I like my big stompy mix, though. I always have a soft spot for those more than anything. Armored Core kind of has both, sort of. So I think that works, but let's see what else. What is another mech franchise that's kind of like that? Oh, Pacific Rim, which you still haven't seen, I don't think, Ian.
Nope, still haven't seen it.
We need to change that.
I know, but no, those are fairly functional.
Yes, they're big stompy robots for the most part. Yes.
And you know what? We need to lump in the various forms of Zords. Your Megazords, your Zoids, and whatever. Giant animal mecha. They count.
Yes.
They're big, stompy robots. They're just in their own special kind of franchise.
Yes. I mean, you could even say Mecha Godzilla if you really wanted to.
Yeah.
Throw him in there.
I mean, that's basically Pacific Rim, giant robot fighting kaiju.
Yes, pretty much.
Why didn't I think of a Pacific Rim Godzilla crossover when we were talking about that earlier? Come on.
Yeah. I'd like to see it, but I don't think anyone involved with Pacific Rim would be involved in that. Because, yeah. Careful what you wish for. Mr. Saturn has a question. X-Hero has power-ups that offer 2x stat boost. One story has villain-exclusive boosts that offer 4x boost, but turns them feral and damages them. He's gone afterwards. Power creep proof enough?
If the villain is removed, yeah, that seems reasonable enough. Like if it's a 2 times bonus that's hard capped,
Mm-hmm.
sure, I guess.
It's for the hero. Has a
Yeah.
2 times bonus.
Yeah. There's a lot of context that
Yeah.
needs to be applied for anything more robust, but I wouldn't call it power creep proof.
I don't think anything is.
No, because there's always a creative answer. What if we're talking like a singular story instance? Yeah, maybe it would be self-contained. It would work.
Yeah, possibly.
Again, there's a lot of context missing here. That's just like the base stat sheet.
Something like that, yeah. And we got this one from Quaggle Gaggle. I've always been curious. Kyle, how did you two meet? Is there an origin story to the BumbleKast itself? Yes, there is. We've talked about this, I think, a couple times, but basically, we were introduced to each other through Aaliyah, I believe. Yeah.
Yep.
Mutual. Well, you were dating her, and then I was her friend. So I was gonna say mutual friend. I was gonna say mutual friends, but she's a little more than a friend even at that time.
You guys had collaborated a bunch on OCR. I'd listened to KNGI.
Mm-hmm.
You came up here to visit, and
In 2015,
I want to do it. I want to do a podcast. I don't know what to do. Kyle knows what to do.
Yep.
Golly gosh, I hope I can ask him and he'll be my friend and he'll help me out. And he did, and here we are.
Yeah, here we are. I'm being asked how I met Aaliyah. Well, that's on the Overclocked Remix forums at ocremix.org. Where all the video game music remixes are. Well, not all of them now, but a lot of them. Yeah, that's where. Alrighty, back to Super Chats. This one's from Hero Squad. Ewok versus Alien. How does it go?
Like Xenomorph Alien?
Yeah, I would assume so.
Can I have a buffet?
See, and here I was thinking the Xenomorph would be screwed.
No. There's going to be a lot of yub in his tum-tum.
Okay. I'll give you that one.
I mean, granted, maybe they eventually smush it with a giant log and there's a lot of burning acidic blood battle damage from that, but not before you have a few face huggers grab some of the teddy bears, and then you have Xenomorph-styled Ewoks. So all the brutal cunning of an Ewok with the nigh indestructible enough self of the Xenomorph. And the forest moon of Endor falls within a month.
I guess that makes sense. Fine.
The question is, do the Ewok Xenomorphs take the trouble to craft the little hoods?
Maybe they just take the ones off the bodies of the dead.
There's some echo of what they once were in that hard carapace.
Something like that. Anyway, Challenge Sonic Fan has a super chat. A Flame Alchemist, Flame Hashira, and a Fire Dragon Slayer walk into a bar. Would said bar ironically go up in flames by the end of it?
No, because all three of them are excellently trained in how to use their powers.
Yeah, they control their powers.
Now, if a demon walks into the bar, all bets are off.
Probably. And here's one from Buttered Noodles. Which name do you like best for a dog name? Coda, Spook, or Odin?
I'm inclined to say Coda, but if your puppers is missing an eye, Odin.
All right. I like Coda. Of those three. Odin is also pretty good. Here's one from Jar. Any thoughts on the new He-Man movie? There's a new He-Man movie?
There's a new He-Man movie. It is live action.
Again?
Yeah, and I winced at first because there's the
Flashbacks to the old one?
there's this unfortunate, unavoidable real world element to it. But the premise isn't that we go into the magical realm of Eternia. It's that Prince Adam has somehow been banished from Eternia into the real world dimension. So Eternia is legitimate. It's not some fantasy world. You're not crossing over into the retro cartoon. It is its own world, and you're returning to it, and Adam belongs there. He's not completely fish out of water. So that makes the bitter pill a little easier to swallow. What was shown in the trailer has me concerned, because while it does feel like it's embracing the fancifulness of Eternia, it does feel like it's trying to make it too realistic. Like they're trying to thread the needle of these crazy toys, but what if they were actually functional? Here's all these bright, vibrant colors, but with realistic lighting. I feel like you got to pick a lane with one of those. You either got to go all in, or you need to go more mundane. I don't know. We'll see. I'm also very, 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 very pessimistic about Jared Leto as Skeletor.
I mean, you could have just stopped at pessimistic about Jared Leto. You could have just stopped there.
I know. Maybe he's quarantined. Maybe the film can survive. I don't know. But he seems to be kind of the poison pill. I don't know. I'll wait for the reviews on that one. Maybe it's so bad it's good. Or maybe instead of having the power, they're going to be having a grand old Morbin time. We'll see how it goes.
Oy. Here we go, back to standard questions. Legendary Existence 04 asks, later this year, Godzilla Minus Zero, the sequel to the highly praised film Godzilla Minus One, will be released in November. So what are you, gentlemen and listeners, hoping/expecting to see? Godzilla.
Yeah, I still haven't seen Minus One.
I haven't seen Minus One. No, me neither. I
haven't seen Shin Godzilla either, and I'm kicking myself for it.
Well, that one's good. You need to see that one. I haven't seen Minus One. I've heard so many good things about it though, so me too. I'm looking forward to watching it eventually.
After two really good Godzilla films, I imagine the strain to make the new one is even greater, but I hope they achieve it. I hope it's on par with those two, and I hope to see it before I hit 60 years old.
All right. This one is from a wild card. A rift opens between Duckburg and Gotham, and shenanigans ensue that switch the places of the two leads. How does Batman fare against Negaduck, and how would Darkwing fare against Gotham's crime?
Well, you said Duckburg, and
yeah,
Darkwing's in St. Canard.
Darkwing, yeah.
Hold on, I need to put my glasses on so I can shove them up my nose while being pedantic.
Actually,
the fanciful Duckburg that you are referencing is not correct, sir. It's actually St. Canard. So, but I know what you mean. I would like to imagine that Batman is initially not that impressed with what Duckburg/St. Canard can offer, but then the rogues there actually catch him by surprise. They are formidable in their own right, and so he has to try. And when Batman tries, you know what happens. Meanwhile, Darkwing, I imagine, is going to go all out against the Bat Rogues, and it's not going to go well for him initially. They are in a completely different league. He's going to survive by comedic happenstance more often than not, except this is Darkwing Duck.
Yeah.
He always triumphs in the end, which means
Somehow.
each of the rogues are going to face an absolutely humiliating defeat.
And it's safe to assume, I guess, Darkwing would have access to all of the Batman tech and everything. Like,
God, just imagine him going through the Bat arsenal, losing his mind.
yeah, pretty much.
He can throw a mean battering, but he can't catch the stupid thing. Ra's al Ghul pontificating from above the Lazarus pit. Darkwing throws the battering. It goes completely wide. And Ra's begins his speech again. And here comes in the back of his head. Boom! Right into the pool.
Got him.
Poison Ivy breathes her pheromone pollen into his face, and he just kind of blinks for a second and goes, "Sorry, you're not my type," and shoots her with a gas gun and ties her up. Can't stand Harley Quinn, though. He's afraid of clowns.
Yeah, I guess that tracks.
This is reformed Harley Quinn. She's not actually a rogue. He's still terrified of her.
She's not a clown anymore either. Well, I mean, she kind of is, but you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And we got a question from none other than Strawberry. What's the hardest tongue twister you both know?
Which I usually do some to warm up.
I can't
before doing any
I can't think of any right now other than like woodchuck.
How much wood could a woodchuck chuck wood?
Yeah, and it's like, well, that's kind of easy.
The one that always throws me is that Betty bought a bit of butter. A bit of bitter butter Betty bought. If Betty bought a bit of bitter butter, where's the bit of bitter butter Betty bought?
Butter.
Red leather, yellow leather, that one's fine. I can tell you all about how Peter Piper picked a peck of pickle peppers. It's a peck of pickle peppers that Peter Piper picked. If Peter Piper picked a peck of pickle peppers, where's the peck of pickle peppers Peter Piper picked, you know?
Yeah.
I do have to take the time when talking about how Sally sells seashells at the seashore. The shells that she sells are seashore shells, I'm sure.
Isn't the seashore the worst place to sell seashells?
Well, sure.
Okay, I was reminded of this one. Rubber baby buggy bumpers. Rubber baby buggy bumpers.
Rubber baby buggy bumpers. That one's
Rubber
fun.
baby buggy bumpers. That's a good one.
Rubber baby buggy bumpers. Rubber baby buggy bumpers. Aaliyah brings up Specific Pacific.
I don't know if I know that one.
There's one about the Sheik's 6 sick sheep, but I don't remember how that one goes.
I don't know. I can't think of any more. Oh, well. Here's one from GameTune605. What would a Mega Man anime look like if it was produced by Studio Trigger? What series would they choose? Classic, Comics, Ariga, X0, ZX, Legends, Battle Network, or Star Force? I want to see Studio Trigger X.
I would like to see them do an episode per era.
Yeah.
You know, pick a particularly cool moment from each one and then go ham on it.
Okay. I don't hate that.
But if not that, if it had to be one, I think I'm with you on X. Let them do X.
Yeah.
Or let them do their own, Mega Man Trigger universe.
Yeah, that could work too.
The Mega Man formula with that little bit of extra trigger sauce on the side. Stir it up. Serves everyone.
It would look great. As it always does when Studio Trigger does anything. Question from Sonic High. Favorite Family Guy cutaway? Assuming you even have one. I don't know what either of you think about Family Guy. I don't really.
Been a long time. The only one that immediately springs to mind, I forget what they were initially referencing, but then the cutaway gag was to like a nun and a bear having a lightsaber fight on the Death Star. And then it goes back to Peter and he goes, I didn't see that movie. And that non sequitur cracks me up.
Okay, I'll give you that one. That one's okay. And Charming Magician has a question. How would you rate a Mega Man X and Marvel Universe crossover? That's a pretty good one.
Would I want to do the regular Marvel U or like 2099 to get that?
So it can be
Grimdark
20XDX?
Yeah, 20XDX and 2099. I'm not as familiar with the 2099 universe, but I wonder if that would thematically fit better.
I don't know. I don't know much about 2099 myself.
I mean, if we have to go with regular Marvel U, a Sigma Ultron team up is... Wait, didn't they do that in Marvel vs. Capcom recently?
I was going to say, that sounds familiar.
I was about to say, wait, didn't they do that? Yes, I would do exactly what they've already done.
I think that was that was Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite.
Shoot. All right, well, there's the premise. I mean, it works.
Yeah. Makes sense. I mean, yeah, it kind of writes itself at that point.
Yeah, let Sigma take over Stark Tower. Everybody has to fight Iron Man because the suit is powered by Sigma. Oh no, Tony's dead. What a loss. Moving on. Oh no, Sigma's controlling War Machine. We have to save Rhodey.
Uh-huh. It's true. Anyway. We're going back to Super Chats. This one's from Hobo Joe. Now that the dust has settled, thoughts on Arcane?
Not having played League of Legends, not knowing anything about the lore.
I don't
just
think you
knowing
need
exclusively, that's what I've heard. Going exclusively blind into the Netflix series, I enjoyed it for the most part. I feel like the escalation towards the end of season 2 was way too fast.
The second season's pacing was all over the place, and I didn't really care for it so much. The first season was great.
Yeah, I really liked the first season. I didn't like how they defanged Jinx in the second season. I feel like they should have committed to her being a big bundle of disaster, but...
Yeah, I mean... I kind of get what they were going for, though, but yeah.
I know. That's kind of the thing. I get where they were going with a lot of it. Whether or not they stuck the landing, debatable.
Yeah. The thing with Jinx is that it's like, do you lean into her being absolutely insane, or do you make her a little more grounded? And they kind of tried to split the difference, and I don't know how well it worked.
Yeah.
Execution was a little rough, I think.
I did really like Victor's arc.
Mm-hmm.
That's like the first time within recent memory you've had the antagonist with good intentions and he legitimately makes sense.
Yeah.
Like you understand why he feels like he's right. You see where he's wrong, but you also can see why he doesn't realize that he's wrong. It didn't feel like he was being obtuse for the sake of he has to be the antagonist. That all worked for me, and his turnaround at the end made sense to me. That I feel like worked.
Yeah.
Start to finish.
Jace was a freaking idiot.
Jace was the most delightful disaster. Everything he did was wrong, and I loved watching him fail every single time. Like, he tried so hard.
Everything he did
was a bad idea.
It's a freaking idiot.
And I can't really fault him for it because I understand where he's coming from. He comes from a good place. It's just he does not know what he's doing.
No.
And his final best decision was to accept the fact that he doesn't know what he's doing.
Yep.
And to make the sacrifice play. That I felt was very satisfying. For someone who caused so much harm while trying to do good, for him to learn the lesson of, I break things, so I'm just going to stop. I liked that. I liked Jace.
That made sense at that point, but man, he was a freaking idiot leading up to that.
Oh, yeah.
Just a constant bumbling fool who couldn't do anything right. He was trying, but, I'll give him credit for that, I guess, but man.
Like, to me, the most defining scenes with Jace are when he's first contemplating jumping because his life has fallen apart. And it's in a bad place, not going to lie.
Yeah.
But you could pick up the pieces, but he's still thinking of jumping, and Victor gets him to step back. Versus when Victor realizes how far he's fallen, that he has killed somebody, that he's barely human anymore, that literally he has become the worst of everything he has feared to become,
Mhm.
and he's thinking to jump. And Jace makes a smarmy remark to get him to back down. It's like, Jace, you have no idea what you're doing. You think you understand the context. You think you're trying to repay the parallel, but you are so out of pocket here, buddy, and you do not understand why. And that's when it clicked for me. This is why I love Jace. He means so well, and he does so bad at it.
Oh, man. He basically failed upwards every chance he got.
Yes. And I understand why some folks would find that absolutely infuriating. And it is. But I appreciate it.
It's
a character.
It's entertaining, but it's also frustrating.
Yes. Like, like, I make no apologies for Jace.
Yeah.
I'm just saying I enjoy his very flawed character.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Next up, Might of Gebbera. What were all of the Ragnarok's abilities in DC Cross you-know-what? We know it's an omniversal threat, correct me if I'm wrong, but what about its hacks/skills/specialties/quirks? What were all the things it could do?
That was never ever fully explored, so I wouldn't want to put too fine a point on it in the unlikely event it reappears somewhere.
All right, Andrew B. asks, who's your favorite rival character? Mine is Char Aznable. Rival character for what? What is... Let me look up. Char Aznable... Okay, character from Gundam. Okay, just a rival character. General rival character. I see.
Oh...
I thought they were saying something specific and I didn't understand.
That's like Marvel Rivals? Rivals of Aether? Yeah, right. Well, just because we kind of touched on Gurren Lagann recently, I loved Viral, however they ended up pronouncing it in English. He kind of fell off by the end of the season, but he had one of the most heartbreaking scenes there at the very, very end, at least to me. I liked him. Since we're talking Mega Man, I mean, Bass is pretty iconic.
Yeah.
I feel like that's low-hanging fruit. It's like, yeah,
it is, but at the same time, it's bass.
It's all about that bass, and a treble.
Yes.
Would you call Mechagodzilla a rival to Godzilla or a principal antagonist? He's a principal antagonist. What am I talking about?
Yeah. Who's Godzilla's rival? Rodan?
Maybe.
I think Rodan wants to be Godzilla's rival, and Godzilla just doesn't care.
Well, we touched on Star Fox. I mean, Star Wolf on a whole.
Star Wolf, yeah. It's true.
Parallels across the board. Although one could argue that Pigma is more like a straight up enemy, given all he's done. That's a little hard to call rival, but I get the feeling that they're pushing for Wolf and Fox to be more rivals than outright antagonistic to each other. You could debate that one. we're running out of time, so I won't get too deep in those weeds.
Yeah.
It's another good. I feel like there's one of these that I'm going to go, oh my God, why did I not mention it? Because I live for this rivalry.
Yeah,
What am I trying to think?
I can't think of any off the top of my head right
What
now.
am I trying to think? I mean, I kind of default to Skies of Arcadia. You always bring up Skies of Arcadia.
Mm-hmm.
What does that bring to the table? And I guess the arc Vigoro takes with Vice to go from straight up antagonism to more of a rivalry is kind of fun. I don't want to call it a redemption arc because he's still like toxic masculinity given form,
Mm-hmm.
but at least he's better about it? Question mark.
Yeah. Did you say Zuko is a rival character in Avatar?
No,
No?
no,
Okay.
because he starts off as an antagonist and then he becomes an ally. There's no point where they're rivals for a similar goal. They're either completely at odds
Oh,
or
okay,
they're
yeah.
completely.
Okay.
He's a fantastic character by
Yes.
all rights. I wouldn't classify him as
But
a
it's not a
rival.
rival. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, I tried.
Black Knight from Shovel Knight.
Oh, good one.
Can you
Yes.
count that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that counts.
I think that's kind of the whole idea.
I'm kicking myself. I feel like there is like one iconic rivalry that I've probably espoused on this show more than once. And I'm not going to think of it until we wrap up. And I'm like, Kyle, go live again. Like, remember.
Scott and
It's killing me.
Logan.
Yeah, I guess that's gotten plenty of mileage.
Yeah. Who's the rival in that instance? I think it's either one.
Who got his own film franchise and who literally walked off set in the first act and didn't show up again until they killed him off.
Yeah. Oh, here's another good one. Glomgold.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. That's a good one.
They have the same ambitions, same motivations, but morality is all screwed up for Glomgold. He kind of goes between villain and rival character. I don't know.
I would say rival since they both aspire to the same goal.
Yeah, it's true. They both want to be the richest duck in the world.
Yeah.
So, makes sense. All right. Here's a very generous super chat from Brett F. Thank you. Since you're a fan of the Dinobots, can you give some thoughts on the members Slash and Scar? For Slash, look up the Power of the Primes version. For Scar, look up the Legacy version and Legacy Volcanicus to help give a little more context.
So Dinobots Slash which version?
Dinobots Power of the Primes Slash
yes,
Power of the Primes.
Let's see. Well, he's a Dromaeosaurus from the get-go, so, super points. Which one? Is he a Velociraptor specifically? Or just says Slash. Power of the Primes that I'm getting. Oh, that looks like the classic G1 color scheme. I like that very simple silver, gold, red.
Slash is female.
Beg your pardon. I really like her design. Looks like she fits right in. If I'm looking at the appropriate design, I'm trusting Google.
That's what I'm looking at. Power of the Primes. Yeah. Yep. And let's see.
Neat. And what was the other one?
Oh, shoot. Scar from Legacy. That's Scar with 2 R's.
Well, I spelled it with a T, so that's already wrong. Hold on.
Not SCART. That's a interface connection in Europe. You don't want SCART.
Ooh, an Ankylosaurus. Look at that beefy individual. Yeah, clankety, 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 clank. Good old Scar is built like a tank. Armored on top and armored behind. There ain't too much on his Dinobot mind.
Good.
Ooh, how have I not known about? Oh, look at you. Yeah, I dig it. I dig it. I like Scar.
Okay, that's pretty
You
cool.
don't get to see too many Ankylosaurs around, and
yeah,
that looks solid.
the transformed version is really cool.
Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot.
Yep.
Thank you for sharing.
And there's one more, I think. Legacy Volcanicus?
Legacy Volcanicus. Ooh, you're a big fella. Oh, he's a Dinobot Megazord, more or less.
Hmm.
If I put it in the context of Megazord, I can forgive some of the clunkiness of the combinations. I kind of like it when you have a combo bot that when you fully put it together, he looks or they look fully functional in their own right as a standalone robot. Like the what was it? Is the Destructicons, I think it was. Constructicons.
I think, yeah. Something like
showing
that.
fake Transformers fan energy here, but so Legacy
us.
Volcanicus looks a little hodgepodgey to me, but it's also Dinobots, so that kind of bumps the grade up by a full letter.
All right. Any more to add?
I mean, I just want all of them. I don't have any space for them, but who needs a bed? You know, just give me dinosaurs.
Yep.
I know bots, not dinosaurs. I'm getting Power Rangers on the brain.
Oh. Okay. Sorry, I'm looking at the super chats. Did
They already asked.
okay. All right. Yeah, okay. I'm like, wait a minute. Do we have those? Okay. Oh, okay. We got a new one that just come in. All right. Let me copy this one over and we'll do that one real quick.
Fine. I won't do my job, okay? Fine.
Sorry, I just was looking right at it. All right, Bomberman P asks, Rock, Blues, and Bass find themselves in the world of Transformers. Will they survive? How awesome would Mega Man versus Megatron be? Sounds pretty cool.
That's what you need for the climax is he just takes Megatron's cannon. You know?
Okay.
Mega Man's lost his arm in the very dramatic final fight. Megatron drops his cannon. Mega Man just interfaces with it. No more pew pew. We're talking blam blam.
Yeah. Good. That's the good stuff right there.
Mega Man would get along great with the Autobots. Like he'd be the new kid brother to everybody. Bass would go with the Decepticons purely despite Mega Man, but wouldn't get along with any of them necessarily. Probably would shoot Starscream just straight up in the face, much to Megatron's delight.
He just gets tired of him, yeah.
But, he will ride on Starscream's wings and open fire when Mega Man and Optimus are driving down the narrow mountain highway, just despite the little blue bomber.
Good.
And Blues is only going to show up when it's the absolute coolest for him to show up.
Yeah, with the whistle.
He's not a team. Yeah, he doesn't. He isn't a team player. He's not going to hang out with the crowd.
Yep.
Somebody who's a little more familiar with Transformers. I should get LBD Nitrane in on this. Like, who is an Autobot who's kind of the loner, the one who doesn't really stick around with the crowd, who has a short fuse and goes off on his own. He and Blues can have their B plot and show up when it would be the most cool.
I'll take it. All right. That's all the super chats we have for now. Switch back over to standard questions for a bit. This one is from Jinx Productions. Pinky and the Brain's latest plan to take over the world involves the BumbleKast. How does this ultimately fail, and are you pondering what I'm pondering?
Brain buys a dual guest spot on the show.
Dual guest spot, okay.
Well, he has to bring Pinky along because he can't trust Pinky to stay at the cage by himself. Something could go wrong.
We've never charged for someone who brought on somebody with them.
Well, he figures if one guest spot costs this much and he's bringing a second guest with him, he has to pay for both, and we're not going to correct him. He's the Brain.
Yeah, that's true. If it's him, I won't correct him. Yeah.
And his whole point is to like subversively broadcast something through the show to brainwash people and spread virally to take over the world. The only problem is Pinky is way too entertaining a guest, so the three of us are just talking over the subliminal message the entire show. You can't hear it enough to be taken over.
Yes, I'm too busy giggling because Pinky is funny.
Exactly. So, the three of us have a grand old time, and Brain leaves extremely frustrated.
Yeah. Sounds like a normal day for them. And we're several $100s richer. Thanks, Brain. Here's a question from John L. Do you prefer RPG combats with heroes on the right and villains on the left? The opposite of that? Enemies at the screen top or enemies at the bottom? I haven't seen that last one.
I can't think of an example of that specifically myself, but
okay. Yep. Heroes on the right and villains on the left.
That's what I'm currently playing through Breath of Fire 2, and that's what they have.
Final Fantasy does that. The 2D games, yeah.
I don't think I have a particular preference myself, but I do enjoy it when they vary it up a little bit, like Chrono Trigger.
Well, that's on the field.
Yeah. So the enemy and hero placement can vary between instances, and that's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Overall, I don't really have a preference, I guess.
Enemies at the screen top is more Dragon Quest and classic computer RPGs that inspired it. So
yeah, Phantasy Star.
Yeah, that too. I don't really have a preference either myself. Whatever they want to do, man.
Yeah, as long as the interface itself is clear and the battles move swiftly enough, I'm game for just about anything.
Yeah. And here's one from the man, the myth, the legend. What are some Batman villains you guys would like to see written as good guys?
I really liked when Riddler was a private investigator.
I was going to say, haven't they all been good guys at some point or another?
Then again,
it could be like alternate universe takes and whatever, not actual. Yeah.
But I really liked it when Nigma legit reformed. He was still a arrogant know-it-all, but he was smart enough to get away with it, and he kept that killer bowler hat and suit look. So I liked that. Who else has gone like legit? Harley turning to kind of chaotic good is fine. That's a fun enough arc. Not as fond of Poison Ivy sharing that route. I'd kind of prefer her as the eco-terrorist.
Yeah, it kind of depends. If Harley's there to temper Ivy, then it makes sense. But if Ivy just does it on her own, then it's like, well, that's lame.
Yeah, but then you have to have like the two characters tied at the hip, and I don't let them be independent, Harley
Yeah.
stands on her own as a anti-hero.
Yeah,
Hero who
to
tries.
a degree.
I heard that in the Telltale game Batman series, Joker takes a stab at being heroic and that it was actually entertaining and engaging. I never got around to playing that, but
Yeah.
that sounds interesting. I'm trying to think of who else would be a decent like hero without just being boring.
Hmm.
Like whose gimmick could you swap around to be used for good and not in a problematic way? Like what is Killer Croc going to do? Eat only bad people and then he's just Venom without the goo.
Well, I mean, Clayface could just be an opera singer. Wait a second.
Born with his incredible talent too.
Born with this incredible talent to get cut off by Discord because you're too loud.
I keep blowing it out. Jeez.
You do. I don't know what the deal is, but it doesn't like.
I actually turned you away from the mic on that. All right.
Yeah, wow. I didn't hear a thing. It sounded completely silent.
Gifted with his incredible ability to act
Yes.
in the most overdramatic ways I could. Like, what would Penguin do? Just be a mob boss that just takes down other mob bosses? Like, what would you do with that? Philanthropist?
Mm.
I mean, if he actually tried to muscle out all the other shady businesses just so he could be the only game in town, and he gets away with it because he's protected by all the philanthropy, that might be kind of fun. He goes heroic just despite everybody else.
Sure. We'll go with that.
If we're going to go Monster Man prowling the streets, I would rather see Man-Bat. I know his thing is basically just be Man-Bat, but if we're going to introduce some kind of Venom analog, I'd prefer Man-Bat. That'd be fun.
Man-Bat. It's fun to say
Like
Man-Bat.
It is. You've got the kind of cryptid mythology going around with Batman anyway. Oh my God, it's a giant bat. Except now it actually is.
Yeah.
I can get behind that. I might actually, I wonder if I could pitch that to somebody.
Well, I mean, you do have a foot in the door.
The shadow of a foot.
Yeah, well, close enough. Anyway, we're at the 2-hour mark, Ian. Are we ready to wrap things up here?
Do we have a quickie, simple question here at the end?
All right, let me see what we got here.
One more, since I kind of drew out that last one.
Okay. Oh, we already talked about that one. That's oh good. Sorry, I'm just kind of going through what we've got left here. Oh, here we go. This one's from Gail S. Now that we're here, how are you feeling about March? How are you feeling about 2026 so far?
Oh, shoot, we should have stopped on a high note. Not to put too fine a point on it, this year has been very rough on me personally. I was kind of hoping we'd turn a corner this month on a particular matter, and it looks like it's dragging out. And there is a finite window of time to get this resolved, and that window's getting smaller without having achieved what needs to be achieved. So it's a little daunting, not gonna lie. There is some good stuff, though. There's some fun projects. I actually pitched an animation project that went over very well. Not going to see any movement on it this year, but I'm optimistic. It might turn into something, and that would be very cool. But I have not had time to do anything creative for myself in quite a bit. And those of you who are following my personal Patreon or the Drogon Patreon, it's going to be a very meager monthly update because it's the same as last month.
Yeah.
Also, you know what? Spring could get here at some point. That'd be nice. I like the cold and the snow myself, but there's too much of a good thing. It's the end of freaking March. We had snow today. Enough.
I wish we had a spring, but summer's already here, and
Yeah, I've seen.
yeah,
Gross.
Screw that. No, thank you. No, thank you.
But go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say things are personally, on a personal note, they're decent this year for
Good.
me, luckily, but a bit better than last year. Things are on the upswing, so that's good. But as far as everything else in the world, can we stop? I want to get off. I don't want it anymore.
Yeah. So
anyway,
more than ever, be good to yourselves and be good to each other, because we need each other these days.
Yep.
And not just your questions and your super chats, but thank you guys for supporting us and the show, so that we can goof off for 2 hours and have a good time and kind of forget about the fires raging outside the window right now. It is appreciated that this moment to just be cool and goofy and dumb with you guys.
Yep.
So thank you for that.
Yep. And thank you for making our last episode with Aaliyah a big success. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Alrighty. On that note, I think it's time we wrap it up.
Yep. Thank you again to everybody with your questions and your super chats. Thank you to JR Unbound for the timestamps coming up. Thank you to Kazu for manning the socials. Thank you to Jennifer R for managing all the questions. Thank you, Kyle, for co-hosting.
Oh, no problem. That's why I'm here.
And thank you, Ian.
Thank you, Ian.
Blowing out the mic, both at the beginning and the end of the show. Nice.
Thank you,
nice
Ian. Thank you, Ian Flynn, for being Ian Flynn.
Oh, I'm quite welcome.
I appreciate that you are Ian Flynn.
I'm all
There's
alone,
some people that don't, but
by myself.
they're wrong. They should learn how to appreciate Ian Flynn. Anyway.
Be good to yourselves, be good to each other, and we will see you next time on the BumbleKast.
Bye.